Hello and welcome to this tutorial on mail merge, a highly efficient way to create and send a large number of letters to multiple recipients at once. First, I will do a quick overview of mail merge in general, different components it needs, and how to do it. Then, I will give an example scenario for which you'd want to use mail merge. So, in short, the purpose of mail merge is to create multiple documents that you want to send to multiple different people without having to change the contact information for each recipient. So what you need for this, it's rather simple. You need first a spreadsheet that contains the personal information of each of your recipients. Here we have first name, last name, address, city, province, postal code, phone number, email, and a hired column, but that's for the scenario. It's not important, and for normal mail merge, you won't need it. Then you need a letter template. So this letter template is pretty bare bones. It's very short, but it's just for the purpose of a tutorial, so it'll do the trick. Now, of course, this small disclaimer first. Obviously, first name, last name, address, postal code, phone number, and emails are all completely randomly chosen. They don't exist. It's just for the purpose of the tutorial. So, to do our mail merge, first you want to go on here into the Mailings tab, start mail merge, and start the step-by-step mail merge wizard. Here we select letters because that's what we're doing. If we were to create email messages or envelopes or labels for those envelopes, we could select this here, but for now, letters. Then, starting document, we could select a template from our file folder if we wanted, but that won't be required since we are already in our template. Next, we select our recipients. We select from a list, which will be, of course, our spreadsheet, our candidate spreadsheet. So, these candidates here, all 8 of them applied for a job opening for computer technician at the Big Company Incorporated. Again, made up words. So, Harold Lamar here wants to send them a letter to all 8 of them, informing them of whether or not they were hired. 3 of them were hired, these 3 here, and all the others were not. First, you might want to have an address block. There's a very simple way of doing it. You can just use this address block. It's pre-made. It does the trick. Not too detailed, not too complex. But I prefer to do it custom. So first name, space, last name, switch lines, address, comma, space, city, space, province. These merge fields here are what tell your Word document to place each of these columns here, the information for these columns, depending on which candidate is currently selected here in the preview. Later on, when we actually complete the mail merge, it is what will change and what will give us our list of all 8 letters. Switch line here, then we get our postal code, and finally the email for good measure. If we choose to preview results here, this is what we end up with. Then here, as we start a letter, we might want a greeting line, which we can get here. We can select whichever format we need. I think this will do just fine. So, okay. Preview it. Looks good. Here, if we wanted to say our branch, this isn't very detailed. So, we can just have a merge field with the city of whichever, the name of the city, wherever our candidate would work in. We have Quebec, Montreal, Toronto, Iqaluit, doesn't matter, Ottawa. And with this, it'll show whichever city, our Quebec branch, Montreal branch, Toronto branch. And then we come to this part. Here we have an opportunity to create an if-then-else rule. These rules can be used to vary a part of your text depending on another factor. For example, since we don't want to send the same letter to those who were hired and those who were not, we can say that if hired equals yes, to insert what we will place in this box here. If it is not equal to yes, in this case, if it is equal to no, it will place in text whatever is in this box here. So, if we want, we can do, here we can type be accepted. We will have one of our representatives contact you by phone concerning, your availabilities for training sessions. I don't know if there's actual training sessions for these kinds of jobs, but this is simply a scenario that I made up. Your technician job. Congratulations. Very enthusiastic company. Now, if we want this text will be for those who were hired. So it would read, after much consideration and deliberation by our staff in our Quebec branch, your services will be accepted. We will have one of our representatives contact you by phone, etc., etc. Now, if the person we are sending the letter to was not hired, this text will be shown. Not be required. We apologize for any inconvenience and wish you luck on future endeavors. That'll do. So now when I click OK, this will add whatever text applies to each candidate. Oops, wrong font size. Let me fix that. Alright, back to here. Alright, so since James Smith was not accepted, his services will not be required, and we apologize for any inconvenience. Then, if we'd rather see Robert Parsons, who was not hired either, same thing. Now, Joseph Poulin was not hired either, and then we have William Harrison, who was hired. Therefore, the text shows what was in our hired equals yes box. So, there we have it. That is our template completed. Next, write our letter. Well, whoops, should have done that earlier, but we can have the merge fields all up here, so this step is these buttons are not required. Now we get an option to preview our letters. They all seem to work perfectly. We also have an option to exclude a certain recipient, but that won't be required. and then we can complete the merge. If we select print here, it would print out each of these to whichever printer we select, but we are going to go ahead and choose Edit Individual Letters. Here we could choose from recipient 1 to 4, but we want all 8, so we'll select all. If we do OK, then we get all of our letters perfectly here typed out. The merge fields are no longer active. The merge fields have all been replaced by the candidate's information. And we have our letters. The merge is complete. And that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.